Welcome! It's a great day to be a miner. In today's video, man, it's hot. It's real spicy hot. We are going to assess all of our miners, all the stuff that we have mining, and we're going to have to turn some things off and probably evaluate whether or not we should actually keep the associated hardware. So without further ado, let's spin that intro. All right, so here we are, and this is my little Bitaxe robot. Man, he is a cutie. If you want to check him out, the full build, make sure to check out the associated video. But today, we're not talking about this little guy. We're talking about the entire mining operation because it is a spicy hot. Summer has kicked in, and that means we need to turn some things off and cool down some of this temperature. As you can see here in the studio, 84 degrees. It just kicked up a notch. So yeah, we're gonna go around, we're gonna check all the miners, and we're going to see how much they're hashing at, what they're making, how much power their usage is, and we're gonna make some cuts. We're gonna turn some things off, and we're actually going to liquidate some of these items that are no longer profitable. You get stuck in a rut mining sometimes, and you just let things go even when they're at a loss. So today, we're gonna correct some of that. So without further ado, let's go check it out. All right, let's start with the mining cave, and we're gonna evaluate all of our assets, and we're gonna figure out what we're gonna keep, what we shouldn't be mining right now, and try to figure out a strategy going forward. So here is the main rack. What do we have here? It's a Gold Shell Mini Doge 3. We got the AxeSheath DG Home 1. This is a 12 by 3070 rig that has been deemed the name of Master Chief, because Master Chief keeps a watchful eye over that rig. Then next row down, we have the Volk Miner Doge miner right there. That thing is pretty ballin'. Check out that video. Also, you could check out the video on the AxeSheath. Those were both amazing home miners, and we'll tell you whether we should keep them mining or not here once we evaluate. All right, so let's go to the next shelf. We got an Avalon Nano 3. This is the non-S. This is the older 3. Again, we have videos on that. Love this device. So there's that. And then over here is our slew of little mini solo miners. We got a NerdAxe, an NMaxe. We've got 5 regular Bitaxe non-gammas, 4 regular Bitaxe non-gammas. Then we have 6 gammas, I believe. We have, this one is a beautiful one from Altair. Check out that video, of course. There is a Lucky Miner LV06. We've got a Doge Mini from Lucky Miner. That is the LG07. Check out that video on that guy. And then we have an RGBitaxe. Of course, we got videos on all these things. That is a beautiful little miner there. Yeah, so we got a whole host of solo miners there. Let's go see what else we have down here in the mining cave. Yeah, here's some of the graveyard. There's more than this, but here's some of the graveyard. But yeah, what we're gonna look at right here is something we actually do have running. This is the Canaan Mini 3. This thing is beautiful. It's more like a baseboard heater. So there is everything down in the mining cave. Let's go up to the mining lair and see what we have there. All right, so here in the mining lair, what do we have up there? That is an iPolo V1 Mini that is on Ethash, Ethereum Classic. There is our router setup. Here is our Arbiter rig. See, there's Arbiter guarding this. This actually had two 6800 XT reference models. I sold those. There's still 6 6700 XT reference model and AMD cards. So yeah, that rig's still up and available, but it is offline. And then if we scroll over here, we have 1, 2, and 3, and those are Mini Doge 2 from Gold Shell. So that's what we have here in the mining lair. All right, so what do we have in the studio? Of course, we're working on some projects. That's another Bitaxe Gamma, and we're making a fun little project out of that one. Over there is our old Cortana rig, no GPUs in there. Then over here we have an Avalon Nano 3S mining Bitcoin, an Avalon Nano 3 mining Bitcoin Cash. We've got a Disruptor from Bitcoin Merch, a Mars lander with 4 additional sticks. Those are both offline currently while I'm upgrading them. Over here is a salad rig that has a 4060 Ti 16GB card in there. And then of course we have our main battle station with dual GPUs in it. Right now we have 4070 Supra and a 4070 in there, but both Founders Edition, but we also have a 5080 Founders Edition that we just haven't got around to installing yet. So we'll be upgrading that in the future. But that is most of what we have actually up and mining. So now that we got that, we're gonna go through and we're gonna make an Excel spreadsheet, and we're going to assess hash rates, power usage, how much it's costing us to run versus how much it's making, and then we're gonna make some hard decisions on what to keep and what to go. So let's cut out and let's get on it. All right, so here we are. We've got a full inventory and we've got all of our nerdy numbers, and we've compressed them all up here on one nice happy spreadsheet. And now we're going to go through, and I've already kind of looked through this and I've kind of figured out what we're keeping, what we're getting rid of, but let's just kind of run through these real quick. So we've got them broke down by location. First we have the mining headquarters, the main cave where everything is at, the big stuff is all set up. And so we went down through and we listed basically the miner, the coin that it mines, the hash rate that it's mining, the power usage, whether or not we're going to turn it off, and then more importantly, whether or not we're going to keep this for future. So let's just start with the biggest ones. The AlphaPex DG1 Home 2.1 gigahash 630 watts. We're going to let it churn and burn, get those merge mining rewards, get that Doge, and just let it keep stacking. Same with the Vulk Miner D1 Mini Pre. It's actually a little more efficient at 2.18 gigahash and less power usage at 480 at the wall. So we're letting both of them run, keeping them both. Right there too, we're getting rid of that Mini Doge, or we're going to turn off the Mini Doge 3. We're going to keep it from Gold Shell. We're going to keep that one. The Master Chief rig, it's sadly 12 by 3070, $11,000 into that one. But we're going to get rid of most of the 3070s. Maybe we keep just 2 of the best ones in case we need to plop them in some AI rig or salad rig or something like that. We'll keep a couple of those, but we're going to get rid of the bulk of them. We'll probably just keep 2, get rid of 10 of them. So that'll take some time, because it really does take time to clean those, to dig the boxes out, to list them, to package them, to ship them. But yeah, that's money that's just depreciating on the shelf. The Avalon Nano 3, we love our solo miner, so we're keeping that one. The Mini 3 from Canaan, we love this one, but we're going to turn it off. Man, it's just pumping heat into the basement, and it's mining at about an even cost at 12 cents per kilowatt hour, so it's not really making anything per se, but when you're pumping a bunch of extra heat into your house, then you're paying extra money to cool it. So let's go ahead and shut it down for now. We're gonna keep it because it's gonna get cold. It's gonna get cold in the winter. We're gonna let that pump that heat up into the house and radiate the basement into the rest of the house. So yeah, that's a great keep one. All of our Bitaxe Gammas, keeping them, letting them run. Bitaxe non-Gammas, letting them run. Lucky Miner LG, which is the Doge solo miner. It's using like 12 watts. Let it run. Lucky Miner LV06, 28 watts. Let it run. Solo miner. So yeah, that's the mining headquarters right there. So then let's move on to our next area. This would be let's slide it over. Our next area is the mining lair. So we had the 3 Mini Doge 3s, and Apollo V1 Mini, and the Arbiter rig with 6700 XT reference models. We're going to turn them all off, liquidate them all. We're going to sell everything out of there. We'll probably do some rearranging later and move some miners into there, but those are old and inefficient, losing money, creating excess heat, just sitting around. So the AMD card's not very good for AI, so might as well just liquidate them while they still have a little value. They are 12 gigabyte cards, which is handy for gaming and whatnot, for mid to low level gaming. So and then finally, let's move to the studio, the cave. We have a Mars Lander V2, Disruptor, Nano 3, Nano 3S, our bot build, which is a salad build with a 4060 Ti, 16 gigabyte, and our Bitaxe robot. So really, they're all solo miners, except for, of course, the main piece, the secondary PC, which is the bot build. Of course, we have our main battle station running a 4070 Super and a 4070 FE, both FEs. We're going to swap it out to a 5080 FE soon, but I digress. That's what we have there. So are we turning anything off? Yeah, the salad rig's going off. The rest is staying on, staying running. They're solo miners. We're going to try to earn something from them. So what else we have? We have a little bit of extra inventory down here at the bottom, laying around. We have the KSO Pro. We have 3 KSO Pros, Ice River, a Pro Special Edition, Casp Edition. That's the pretty green one. We're going to liquidate those. We have a few in the box that we just haven't got around to unboxing, setting up, whatever. Lucky Miner LV07, LV08, both of those are Bitcoin solo miners. We have a NerdMiner 2 hub with 10 additional thumbsticks. That's just sitting around waiting for us to go back and either set back up or to move around, because we've done a video on that. If you want to check that out, of course. We have an extra Lucky Miner LG07 that we picked up, and then a NerdMiner 2, which is, it's kind of like the USB one, but this one has a big screen, so it's a little different. Really tiny hash rate, but it looks cool, so I picked one up super cheap. Then en route we have some interesting ones. So we got a Bitaxe Touch from ACS, that would be the Gamma. I should put Gamma Touch. We got a NerdQaxe++. En route, an Avalon Q. There's a whole big saga that goes with that. A Avalon Nano 3S, a NerdQaxe++ Hydro. That one should be fun. That's the water-cooled NerdAxe++. Those do like 4.8 terahash on like 80 or 90 watts. I think it's like 90 watts. We have a Bitaxe Hex coming, and it's kind of like big like the NerdQaxe, but it still has the little screen, so it's not a NerdAxe, but it does like 4.2 terahash on 90 watts, 80 watts probably. Bitaxe Gamma White Paper Edition from Zeus. And then a Magic Miner BGO2. These things are sick. If you haven't seen these, go check out Red Panda or Hobbyist Miners video on these things. They are sick. So there's our whole list, and then we got a lot to sell. So let's look at what our total power usage was on these things. All of this stuff running, we actually gathered it all, is running right up here in the top corner above my head. It's running 4143 watts. So after we shut the stuff down that we're going to shut down, we're going to save 2140 watts, which, you know, basically cutting the power usage in half for all of our small miners. So that's nice to know. And then we have created a sell list over here with all of the items that we are actually going to get rid of. So yeah, that is our strategy, man. This is the time. Summer is the time. I know summer is waning, but at the same time, this is the time to go back when everything is still up. Go back and assess. Go assess, okay, what am I bleeding? Where am I bleeding? What's making great profits? What's making nothing? What has future profitability? What can still make profits in the future? And what is already needing sunsetted? What equipment needs to go out? What do you need to liquidate, get rid of, man? What's taking up space and time? That's what we need to think about, the efficiencies. And yeah, I think that's our mining strategy. But well, let's go back, talk about this real quick, and then we'll cut out. Let's go. Well, there you have it, man. We went through all of our hardware. We assessed everything that we have on hand, everything that we have waiting to be set up and mining. We've shut a lot of the equipment off. We've figured out what is the least efficient that we should be liquidating. We're setting that aside. We'll start the tedious process of cleaning and listing and getting that stuff all out there and getting it back out into the wild. But don't worry, that's not all we're doing. We will be reinvesting in some more efficient, some smarter hardware, because that's the key goal, is to mine smarter, and also to maybe mine and have a little bit of fun on the side. So yeah, tell us your thoughts. What are your thoughts about what we're shutting down? What do you think we should do with the additional equipment? What miners do you think are the best and the most efficient right now? What miners do you guys have running? Tell everybody down in the comments. We all like to hear. I think that about wraps it up for today. If you're new to mining and need some help, make sure to join the Misfit Mining Discord. Always plenty of seasoned vets in there willing to help you out. And if you like the video, you know what to do. Smash that like button and subscribe for future content. Thanks for coming along and enjoy the ride.